You've got to be kidding me. Today you'll learn about 5 of the most frustrating body changes that you can experience after the menopause, together with some actionable tips to help you improve them so you can navigate these symptoms with confidence. I want you to leave this video feeling better about your body, because menopause isn't the end of feeling good about yourself, it's just a new chapter. Hi, I'm Ruth and this is Wise Women's Wellbeing, a place for women who want to be in great health so they can live their best possible life beyond the menopause. I sprinkle a little science into the world of well-being so you can make informed choices. After the menopause, our body goes through some pretty dramatic changes due to the drop in estrogen levels, and it can sometimes feel overwhelming. Generation X was often brought up with a work hard, play hard ethic, and for some women it can truly feel like their body is letting them down in some way. In this video, I'll run through 5 ways in which your body changes, together with some evidence-based tips so you can help yourself, plus a few of my own experiences. This video is very much an overview. I will take a deeper dive into some topics in the future, so please let me know in the comments if anything resonates with you in particular. Whilst we can't turn back time, we can optimise our lifestyle, so we're making the most of what we've got. And at the end of the video, we're going to have ourselves a little pep talk about body confidence. I'll put a list of the studies referenced in the information below, together with a timestamp for each symptom. And just a reminder, the purpose of this video is for entertainment and information. It does not constitute medical advice, so if you have a specific health concern, please see your doctor. Number 1, body shape change. In our premenopausal years, women tend to store excess fat around the hips and the bum. And as we age, we can accumulate more fat in our midsection, so we can turn from pears into apples. The distribution of fat also changes in relation to the muscles of our abdomen wall. This is an MRI scan of someone around waist level. The bright white is fat and the grey ring is the muscle of the abdomen wall. The fat outside of the ring is called subcutaneous fat, so sub meaning under and cutaneous meaning skin. The fat inside the ring is called visceral fat. Viscera means organs. The fat surrounding our organs increases as we age. It's associated with the production of inflammatory substances called cytokines, and it contributes to the development of insulin resistance, making type 2 diabetes and heart disease more likely. In terms of a solution, the key is to improve your diet quality, so reducing the number of processed foods we eat, which tend to contain large amounts of salt, sugar, saturated and trans fats, and increasing consumption of whole foods. So vegetables and fruit, whole grains, quality protein and good fats such as avocado and olive oil. The Direct Plus randomised control trial showed that participants eating a Mediterranean diet reduced their visceral fat more than a control group who were given standard healthy eating advice. A third group eating a variant of the Mediterranean diet with reduced meat and added polyphenols showed an even greater decrease. Just a reminder, polyphenols are plant chemicals which show health benefits in humans. And what's more, the reduction in visceral fat was independent of the amount of weight lost. Number 2, muscle aches and pains. With age, muscles decrease in both size and efficiency, and this tends to be more pronounced in women. Aches and pains become more common. Now, true story, I was 50 last November, and literally within 2 weeks of my birthday, I'd been sent an invitation to poop on a stick for bowel cancer screening, and I'd developed a frozen shoulder. And it was like, hooray, welcome to your next decade. This meta-analysis estimated that 71% of women have some sort of muscle or joint pain, and some have even gone so far as to call it the musculoskeletal syndrome of menopause. Now, it's thought to occur because estrogen helps to regulate inflammation. And as an aside, I just love the bold opener of this abstract. 51% of humans are born with ovaries. Yeah, damn right. Now, if you have pain which is significantly impacting upon your quality of life, then please speak to your doctor. In terms of things you can do yourself, stretch regularly to maintain flexibility, particularly if you sit at a desk all day, and yoga and Pilates are ideal for this. Walking and swimming are 2 great forms of gentle exercise to get your body moving. It's also important to work those muscles a little harder with some resistance exercise, and the recommendation is twice a week as a minimum. Also try and eat some quality protein at every meal. You don't have to jump straight into lifting heavy dumbbells at the gym if that feels a little bit hardcore. You can start off with some body weight or resistance band exercises. If you're enjoying this video so far, I'd be really grateful if you could give it the thumbs up and subscribe so I can grow my small channel. Number 3, more hot flushes if you're in the UK, hot flashes if you're in the United States. Now, as for the rest of the world, I genuinely don't know what the preferred term is, so let me know in the comments so I can learn something new. Now, I know, you thought you were done with these after the perimenopause roller coaster, but unfortunately they can persist. Now, this meta-analysis, so remember that's a study of lots of other studies, showed that 50% of women are still experiencing hot flushes 4 years after the menopause, and a further 10% experiencing them anything up to 12 years. To help beat the heat, dress in layers and stick to natural fabrics where you can, and try and keep your bedroom cool at night. I know certainly my hot flushes were always worse at night. Now, there's a lot of talk about whether foods like flaxseed and soya can help because they produce plant estrogens called phytoestrogens. This randomised control trial from 2021 showed that a plant-based diet supplemented with soybeans reduced the incidence of hot flushes by a whopping 79%. However, they also improved by 49% in the control group, and that also involved a pretty drastic dietary change to a low-fat vegan diet. And soya is a great example of where you have to look at the totality of evidence, not just one paper. And the North American Menopause Society did just that in 2023. They reviewed this paper as well as some other papers showing no benefit from eating additional soya. And so their conclusion was there's just not enough evidence at the moment to recommend a particular dietary approach. However, that's not to say don't eat these foods. Certainly soya is a great source of plant protein, and it probably has some heart health benefits as well, although that's a story for another day. And flaxseed is a great source of fibre, and I put mine in my porridge or stir it into my smoothies. The most effective treatment for hot flushes remains HRT, and if you want to try HRT, then you need to speak to your doctor. I'm firmly of the opinion that people who don't prescribe a medication shouldn't be advising on it, and I don't, so I won't. And ditto for the prescription medication alternatives for women who can't take HRT. Number 4, dryness everywhere, so you feel like you are desiccating. Now, dry skin can itch and flake, and dryness of the eyes, mouth and vagina are also common. Dry eyes are common throughout the population, but particularly in older women, where they can occur in up to 80%. And eyes just don't feel dry. They can burn, sting, or cause outright pain. And people often get problems with redness and excess mucus production as well. The solution is lubrication for the appropriate part of the body. And if you're using eye drops, otherwise known as artificial tears, more than 4 times in a day, then the advice is that you should be using a preservative-free brand. The evidence for omega-3 supplementation in dry eye disease is mixed, but most ophthalmologists do still recommend it. And if you'd like a dedicated video on dry eye disease, please let me know. And also, don't forget to drink your water. And finally, number 5, the dreaded brain fog. Now, this one I can personally relate to as well. At my worst, I lost my car keys and could not find them for the best part of the day. And I eventually located them in the salad drawer of the fridge. This review article examines the link between brain function and the menopause. When adjusted for age, the menopause does lead to changes in brain function, so-called cognitive function, specifically a slowing down of processing speed and a reduction in verbal memory, so finding the right words, which is why I have to read from my notes. A diet high in omega-3 fatty acids is thought to help, so think oily fish like sardines, mackerel and salmon, particularly wild salmon, and the recommendation is that we eat them twice a week. And not always easy, I know, but it's also incredibly important to try and get enough sleep. So to summarise, we've run through 5 of the most annoying post-menopause symptoms and reviewed some actionable changes you can make to diet and lifestyle. And it's now time for that little pep talk I promised you. Now, the truth is, there is no point worrying about something you can't control. I like to call it the fried egg of life. There's a small yolk of the things you can influence and a larger white of the things you can't. Post-menopause falls in the space where yolk meets white. We can't alter our body's physiology, but we can optimise our lifestyle and take positive action. We can eat a balanced diet of whole foods, and we can make sure we get enough protein, calcium and vitamin D to look after our bones and muscles, and we can keep our bodies flexible and strong. And I honestly, truly don't think it matters if our waistline increases and our skin loses some of its elasticity. Hear me out. I think it's important to acknowledge that our bodies aren't the same as they were in our 20s and our 30s. They don't look the same and they don't function the same, and that's okay. Aging is inevitable, but it's also a privilege, and it's way better than the alternative. Take it from someone who used to work in death investigation. Our bodies are amazing just as they are, and if we treat them with the respect they deserve, they will carry us into the future just fine. So on that note, I really hope you've learned something useful and actionable to go and try. So let me know in the comments what small change you're going to make this week, and I'll see you in the next video.